Hi, I'm Ross Callaghan from Paraparaumu. We live in a pretty wonderful part of the world here, and it's got a very interesting history. So I thought I'd take you on a little wander around, have a look at some of the interesting aspects of Paraparauumu's history. Right here where we live is called Kotuku Lakes. This area was originally farmland and marshland, but it's been developed with houses being built around a series of lakes. Certainly is a lovely place to live, isn't it? The lakes in Kotuku Lakes are all interconnected and provide a runoff for the water, the storm water that all these houses and roads produce. And you can see that while we live close to a lake, we're still very close to farmland and to the beautiful hills in the distance. When they developed the Kotuku Lake subdivision, the developers had to do lots of planting, including fields and children's playgrounds and the like. So it's a lovely environment in which to live. This area has a lovely climate and good soil, so pretty obviously it was quickly settled by the Maori long ago. Then in the 1840s was first settled by Pākehā, or white people. And right here is where Bishop Octavius Hadfield built the first church in the area, which was a combined Maori and Pākehā church. And here we have a urupa, or grave, for one of the pioneering families. And it's set under this pretty magnificent macrocapa tree. The Maori chief in Hadfield's day was the famous Te Raparaha. He lived over there on Kapiti Island. He used to trade with whalers who came in here every year, and he was pretty cunning because the story goes that as they came in, he'd trade some guns and muskets and give them a piece of land. Then off they'd go, and then in would come the next trader. He'd sell them the same piece of land over and over again. Quite a guy, Te Raparaha. And here we have the Waikanae River. It comes down to the sea from the hills in the distance. That's Waikanae over there. And as the river comes down to the sea, you'd expect it to go straight out over there. But it doesn't. It takes a hard left and goes down the estuary here and then out to the sea. Now a few years ago they dug it out across here so that the river would go straight out to the sea. But you know what it did? It just went straight back the way it always has done, back down the estuary here. It shows that maybe rivers are a little bit ornery, aren't they? Just like people. Over the years that we've been living here, the Waikanae River has been eroding its banks, and I reckon it's come inland by about 100 metres in that time. Debris been washed up, but the banks have been eroded continually till they're way inland from where they were even a few years ago. In the early days there were no roads going north from Wellington, and so people had to go by horse and cart along the beach. And they'd come along this beach here until they hit the Waikanae River. And I suppose in those days they might have stopped to do some whitebaiting like these guys. Fantastic whitebait here in the Waikanae River. In recent years, land alongside the Waikanae estuary has been set aside as a scientific reserve. And lots of plantings going on here beside the Waikanae estuary. They're trying to restore the original plants and animals because this area is well known as a place where birds breed. And lots of volunteers get involved in the planting, trying to restore this area within the scientific reserve back to its natural way. And you can see the Waikanae River comes down here, then out through the estuary to the sea. Over here is where we live. This area has always been a haven for wildlife, and there are birds here that every year fly to Alaska and back. Pretty incredible, isn't it? One of the great things the government has done in recent years is to build Te Araroa, the national walkway, that one day will go from one end of New Zealand to the other. And part of the walkway is here through our estuary. It goes over some pretty boggy ground. And isn't it great how the government has invested so much in building a pathway like this that all can enjoy? We really enjoy wandering through here along Te Araroa. So many different things that we can see. Just a lovely thing to do close to home. And that house over there used to be a hotel situated on the banks of the Waikanae River. So when travellers were coming north, they used to spend the night there in the hotel. And over there you can just see a wharf. So after spending a night in the hotel, the travellers would go over to the wharf, get their horse and buggy onto a barge, go across the river, head up north to the beach, and then carry on with their travels. Bit different these days, isn't it, where you can go in a car. Here's the wee Te Araroa sign, so you always know that you're on the walkway. You're not going to get lost. I really like this particular part of the walkway. It's right by the river, and you go over that bridge over there and off you go, heading to the next section. Just fantastic. And you never know who you're going to meet along the way. So there you are, a glimpse of what it's like to live in Paraparaumu, and a little bit of insight into its interesting history. Hope you've enjoyed it.